This video is brought to you by morethanArealestateagent.com, your #1 source for real estate merch on the internet. Use code YouTube for 10% off your first order. This is going to be one of those ones, as the kids say. We have the honor and the pleasure of having Mr. Leo Chin, who is also an agent here with Real Brokerage, but he is so much more than that. He is literally one of the most tech-savvy individuals. He's so tech-savvy that Real named our AI system after him. I'm just joking. They didn't name it after him, but ironically enough, his name is Leo. Our AI is called Leo, but he is an agent here with Real Brokers. He's also on the West Coast, and he is going to talk to you all about his CRM money machine. I want to read this verbatim because I want to make sure that I get this right. He says here, 99% of agents fail to systematize their business. Therefore, they work 5 times harder than they really need to or want to. I'm one of those people. So without proper processes, frameworks, and systems, there's no way to do more transactions in the amount of time available in the day. That's especially important for those of you that have, your part-time gig, or you do something else other than real estate. So today, what we're going to walk through is he's going to show you how he builds and sets up his CRM money machine using Lofty to serve agents and clients to do more deals than ever before. I'm extremely excited. Mr. Leo, how are you today, good sir?
I'm doing great, thank you. I love your happy morning crowd over here, and I want to just take a moment to, congratulate you, Marvin, on building your network and your people around you, good people around you, and be able to kind of love on them. And I know that he doesn't have to do any of this stuff, right? But he's here, just as long as we with you guys to be able to just spend extra time to talk to me more in details about what you guys are doing here, and wanted me to come on and share kind of my experience and the things that I've gone through, and so hopefully that a lot of you don't have to go through kind of similar struggles that a lot of agents do. So want to just give a moment here and tell Marvin how I appreciate what he does. And Marvin at Real here is the absolute embodiment of what Real is all about. Okay. Traditionally, on all the brokerages and stuff like that, they want you to be part of the brokerage, and yes, they want you to come in the office and kind of get connected with other people. But we're going a step beyond, where everybody can be connected literally across the country. I'm here in Southern California as well, and same thing like Michael is. So we appreciate the good weather. For those of you who are out in Florida and hurricane areas, I hope you guys stay safe and keep your family safe and everybody good, and get past this hurricane season. So anyway, I've got some great stuff to share with you guys. But before I do, okay, since it's my first time kind of with all of you guys here, I love to just take a quick poll, if you guys don't mind. Is that all right?
Absolutely.
We come into the real estate world with a set of experiences, and all of us have a story about why we wanted to go into real estate. And so, can I get kind of just a quick raised hand of like how, for just so that I know the audience, how many? Can you just put in the number of years you've been in real estate in chat, please, so I can kind of watch? You guys all can open up chat. I'll give you guys a sec. 10 years. Yep. Emic 1 year. So super good. You're in the right place. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many years you've been in the business. I'm gonna share with you why this matters. 1 week. Welcome, Sadie. 4 years. 4, Jamie. Great. 7 years, Arrington. Thank you. All right. So we got a pretty wide spectrum of anywhere between 1 and 10 years. Right. And I've been in rooms where there are people 25 years, 30 years in the business. Okay. And I will share with you a little bit of my background and how that, would make sense for all of you. And just a quick show of hands, especially for those who are, at least 2+ years in the business. How much time do you think you have spent just trying to get your technology to work? And I'm talking about everything and anything. I'm talking about, like, sometimes I struggle with my emails and the spam. Sometimes I struggle with, trying to find my contacts. I don't know, should I, be calling from my CRM, calling from my phone, or maybe you have a couple of different phones, several hours per day. Okay. What about the rest of you? just a guess. I know that none of us wants to track these hours or time that we're spending, but we should need to track it so that we can get better at this, so we can have more time to ourselves, right? Several hours. Okay, Jamie, yeah? Most of the day. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Erica, but we're going to try to help you with that so that it's not most of the day. Hours. Okay, several hours. I'm assuming that's per day, right? Several hours per day. Michelle, thank you. Several hours. Okay, so if I can share with you, if there's one thing that I can share with you today, is that there is a way to do this so that, okay, you're not spending several hours a day, and every single minute that you spend on your technology is well spent on getting some kind of results. Would that be good? Would that be a good thing for us to do today? If you can just walk away today and say, oh my gosh, I can do something in minutes rather than many hours. Okay, super great. All right. So one more question. If you guys have some sort of technology to help you track your contacts, okay, what are you guys using right now? What CRM are you using? Maybe you don't have a CRM. Anything that that you have right now or don't have? Can I just kind of get an idea here what everybody is on? KV Core, great. Lofty, Marvin, thank you. Lofty, but I don't. Okay, great. Emic, that's the perfect reason why we're here. Lofty. Okay, so most of us are on Lofty. Anybody else with anything else different? Some of us, I know I've talked to many people who they just keep it in their head. Hope in a spreadsheet. Okay, all right. I love that, but you know we don't want that to continue. All right, using my calendar and pad of papers. Okay, great. Thank you, Erica. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here, and I will show you a few things and also give you a little bit of introduction and kind of my journey to this point where I get to kind of share some things with you guys that I've learned in the past 3 decades. Okay, we call our program the CRM Money Machine because that's exactly what we want our technology and our CRM do. Okay, is be able to keep track of clients and be able to get in there, communicate with them, whether they're a cold lead, a lead that has raised their hand, or a lead that's already converted, or and are your current clients. We want to be able to track those people too, right? And so really, we want to think about this as if it's a cash register that you have in your business so that people can walk up. Okay, you can tell them how much that they owe for, let's just say you're at a restaurant, a meal or something like that. And then they put in their credit card, they pay you, maybe give you a tip or something like that. And then, they're done. They walk away. Literally that takes like 30 seconds for the most part, right? And so for some reason, when we're in the real estate business, for those of you who have been in the business 4, 5, 8 years, 10 years in the business, you know that it's usually not that easy to kind of get to that check at the end, okay, is a whole long line of things that you have to do, that you had to go through kind of like fire drills to be able to get there, okay? And so our purpose here is just trying to see if we can shortcut that, and so that when it comes to getting clients in and out, that it's more of a machine rather than some sort of thing that you just got to wake up in the morning, like, what fires do I got to put out today? Okay, so this is the CRM Money Machine. So those of you who are in Real, and I notice that most of you are, and for those who are not, I will explain. Okay, at Real, we have the Leo AI. Okay, and the Leo AI is fantastic. Okay, because it's never needs to sleep. Okay, and it'll answer all your questions about your own production, answer your questions about the NAR settlement, what you need to watch out for, ask questions about documentations, ask questions about process, ask questions about how to do different things. And it's an AI that never sleeps, okay? I am not that AI, okay? And no, it wasn't named after me, but, okay, my job here today is to share with you how we are doing the same things. I'm going to help answer questions, share with you some solutions, and give you some options to be able to do that, okay? And then just kind of be kind of a co-pilot on your side to be able to kind of like, hey, what's this about, what's that about, so that you're never stuck. Okay, and they did not name it after me. Okay, but if you guys are deep into the real culture, you'll know that the lion is one of our main culture symbols of our brokerage. Okay, and so when they decided to build this AI, okay, they decided to name it Leo because Leo the lion. Okay, and we are currently, I believe, we're currently almost releasing the 3.0. So it's been quite an advancement. And just so you know, I teach AI in our Real Academy. So if you don't know, definitely look me up, and I can also share a link later if you want to join me on one of the AI sessions where I share how to use AI to further your business, to shortcut your business, do all kinds of things. All right. So let's keep going here. So this is about me. I told you a little bit already is I teach classes on AI, but I've been, the reason I'm here is I worked in tech for over 15 years, and I worked for a very successful agency, okay, as the director of IT for many, many years. And when I first started there was 5 people in the company. And then by the time I left, there was over 100. And for an agency that's very, very big, we did business to business type of work. And I handled everything from support to operations to building servers, network infrastructure, data centers, and all that kind of things. So if you ever seen like in the movies where they go into these rooms of computers, of aisles and aisles and aisles of computers, and it's like 60 degrees in there to keep everything cool. That's what I did for a lot of the times, going in there in the middle of the night, installing new machines, installing new servers, installing new things for all our business to be able to work. So that's what I did. Number 2, I am a real estate agent and currently producing as well. Okay, just like you. And I've been doing it for over 8 years. I want to say we're getting closer to 10 years of me working in real estate. Okay, so I know everything that you have to go through. What we don't want is we don't want to ask tech people about our business when they don't even know our business. Okay, that's a lot of the disconnect there. And I'll share a little bit more of that later. Okay, and as I mentioned before, we have a thing in Real called Real Academy. Hopefully, those of you who have been in Real have been using Real Academy to be able to learn and be able to get better at your business so that you can make more money. I'm an instructor for AI, and we just focus on all the AI technology so that we can use it properly and be able to, do things faster. Okay, and I tell you all this not because like I'm some super great person or anything like that. This is really just experience. Because if you think about it, if you had 15 years and if you worked in tech for over 15 years, doing all kinds of things, software, hardware, support, operations, all that stuff, and then you worked in real estate for 8+ years, okay, you might be in my position today, right? To be able to share your experience, be able to share what you learned along the way. And for those of you who are real, I've known Sharon, our president, for over 6 years, and I'm really grateful for this particular meeting with him because after all these years, I've learned so much from him about business, about how to treat people, about how to build teams, about how to joyfully grow your business. Okay, so this is kind of everything about me. I did this slide, almost 2 years ago, and so this is slightly out of date. So I've been with Real almost 2 years now. Okay, so Marvin says, everyone on Instagram, please screen record. Okay, great. All right, let me keep going. All right, so if you think about our today's critical business tools, all right, we have our car. We need our car to drive us to see clients, to see homes, to be able to show homes, even for personal reasons, to go to the grocery store, to be able to take our kids to school. It's critical, right? If we don't have that, then we might spending all our time walking or riding a bicycle somewhere that may take us hours to get there. So it's critical. Number 2, our second critical business tool is a smartphone, right? So how many of you don't use a smartphone for an entire day? Literally nobody, right? It's with us the whole time because it allows us to communicate. It allows us to get to where we need to go. Okay, it allows us to even call our clients or text. Okay, not unless my battery dies. That's right. Okay, and if the battery dies, you're like in a panic. Oh my God, where can I go charge it? Right? We had to go find somebody to go charge it. Okay, it happens a lot like at airports. People like our battery dies and then they got to go and sit by the station and charge it. Right? And then the third critical tool that we don't typically think about as much is the CRM. Okay. When we start out in our real estate business, we always think about like, well, what do I need a CRM? People tell you need a CRM, you need to do this. And if you're part of a team, they're going to say, oh, you got to log into the CRM, here's the login, and you got to do all that stuff and kind of here are the people that you need to prospect and call and keep track. Okay. But a lot of times they don't give you a lot of structure and instructions. Okay. So think about it. All right. Before you could drive a car, somebody taught you how to drive a car, right? Maybe it's your parents a lot of times, okay? Or you went to a driving school of some sort. They teach you how to drive. And when you learn how to drive, you learn how to drive for the rest of your life, okay? Cell phones, okay? We all kind of grew up with our smartphones and stuff like that. So a lot of us are better at working the smartphone than others, okay? But they make it simple for us, right? We just be able to touch and push buttons and kind of figure out our way through it. And once we're familiar with everything that we do on it on a daily basis, then we don't have to think about it anymore. Okay, so same thing with the CRM. Your familiarity with the CRM is what's going to get you from doing some deals that you can handle to be able to handle a lot more deals. Okay, so these are our critical business tools. And so most of us have the first two, and I'm here to share what we can do to take care of your third part is the CRM. All right. So I do this diagram here. I usually do it live. And for the sake of time, I'm going to just share my other screen and kind of share with you how our business runs and how the CRM is part of this business. All right. So let me unshare. All right. So there's three parts to our business. All our real estate business all work the same way. Okay. I know there's a lot here to take in. Okay. So if you can just track with me real quick, we have our opportunities on the upper left-hand corner. Okay. And so number one, this is where all our business first come from. And if you're a newer agent, you'll know that people will ask you, hey, who are your friends and family that you know? To ask them if they have any needs around real estate. Okay, that's your SOI, your sphere of influence. Okay, and secondarily, we have kind of something that organic that you do. Okay, to get more new leads and meet more people that might want to move, might want to buy or sell real estate. And for a lot of us, we post it to social media. That's a free way for you to kind of get some exposure, right? And be able to post something up and see, hey, show people that you do real estate. And then, if you can reach out or if you see people engaging, then you talk to them about like whether or not they have a need, what their situation. And those are good ways to be able to not have to spend any money to get more new leads. Okay. Now, traditionally, similar to that, you used to be like door knocking. You go in the neighborhood, you knock on the door, and it's a free way that you can spend some time, be able to connect with people and see how they are with their home, if they're looking to move anytime soon, and then build a relationship with them. Okay, so you can do that on a free basis. All right. But over the last 10 years or so, we have ads that we can buy now. So there's a way that you can buy ads. Right. So if you don't want to door knock, if you want to don't do a whole bunch of, things on your own time. Let's say you don't have time. You want to throw $100, $500, whatever it is, to get some leads so that you can talk to those leads that are interested. Okay. To be able to see if they want to buy or sell real estate. Okay, so broadly, those are the three things that we get our opportunities from. So on the upper left-hand side, okay, those are the three general things. I mean, there's a lot more other things, but they all kind of generally fall into people we know, okay, people we don't know on social media, and then we can pay for leads for people that might have a need that we can help them with. Okay, so we're good so far. Can you give me a 1 in the chat if like that sounds good to you, like how we get leads?
Hey, if you've made it this far in the video and you are a real estate professional, consider partnering with me here at Real Brokerage. Pay nothing per month, get a fantastic split, and you have the opportunity to build a business through revenue share and stock purchases. Book a call at the link below in today's video, and I'm happy to have a conversation on why I was able to grow my business exponentially by moving my practice to Real Brokerage. All right, back to the video.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So we're going to move over to the right-hand side, which is the second part, okay, of this puzzle, is that we need some sort of system. Okay, because if you're door knocking or if you're getting people on social, how do you keep track of all of them and what the status is of all of them so that you can work with them, you can follow up with them? Okay, we need some sort of system. And when I say system, it's nothing complicated. I'm sure that when I say system, you're thinking about some sort of software, some sort of techie things and stuff like that. Really, at the end of the day, a system is just a process, okay, a checklist of some sort that you can work. All right, but if we can have a CRM to be able to keep track of everything and organized for those processes, okay, things will get a lot better, a lot faster, and a lot more fun because you're not having to keep track of everything. Okay, so when we have a lot of you have Lofty, okay, and those of you who have KV Core, it's similar. Okay, so not to worry, just because you don't have a Lofty doesn't mean that you can't work it this way. All right, but these are the things involved in your CRM. Number one, when you get a piece of software, you need to set it up. Okay, and then number two, you need to organize it. You need to organize it either by groups, by tags, or even by pipeline. Okay, pipeline is just the status of your contacts. And then the third is if you have some sort of website or some sort of IDX. When we say IDX, means IDX are that you can have listings from your MLS be presented and shown on your own website. Okay, it's just a data that's sent to your website so that it shows all the listings. Okay, so it's like your private Zillow. Okay, and then so if you have your website there, then you can have other pages and stuff like that for people to learn more about you. Okay, so that's part of the puzzle. When you have Lofty, we get a website as part of the system. So this is really, really good because it's integrated with all of your CRMs and all of your contacts. When the contacts clicks on a certain page, go browsing around, you can actually see that activity step by step, what they did and what they looked at. Okay, so very, very powerful. All right, and the fourth here, I highlighted here in pink, is that once you have the system, then you can do some sort of scheduling, automated or semi-automated scheduling, and some sort of automation. When I say automation, it means it could be for marketing, it could be for your past clients to say, hey, when my clients close their escrow, I want an automation that says, reach out to them, see if they are good with moving in, follow up with them, send them some assets such as like here's all the list of utilities that you'll need to sign up for. I just made a list for you because everybody needs it. And then maybe you set an automation task for yourself to send them a gift. Okay, and maybe a year from now, you want to send them a quick message to say, hey, happy anniversary, happy home anniversary that they bought a home 1 year ago, and then see if they know anybody else who might want to buy or sell their home. Right? So those are automations. Okay, so that's the system side of it, and that's the second part of our puzzle here on the right. Okay, and the third part here, I won't go through too detail, okay, but essentially, it's your skill set. Okay, so remember on number one, how do we meet people and talk to people who have a need? We put them into a system, we follow up and we nurture and we set appointments with them. And then the third part here at the bottom is that we take over, we talk, call, text, and email them. We set an appointment, okay, and at the appointment, we're going to show them some sort of presentation. And during the presentation, okay, we're going to show them like, hey, this is how we do our work. If you have a need to buy or sell your home, this is our process. Let's get started. Okay, and that's when the conversion happens. Okay, so I want to take a quick pause here and just look at this whole thing as a whole to share with you that there is nothing else in our business. We go find people that we want to talk to and see if they have a need in real estate. We put them into a system, and the system help us identify who needs help. We help them go on appointments and educate them, and then they sign contracts, and we go close escrows. Okay, so I want to just take a quick pause here. Is this helpful at all to kind of just look at our business, that there is nothing else, right? Give me a yes in the chat if like this is all good. Like if somebody has shared with me on day one of my real estate career that I would be much better off. Yes, yeah, great, thank you, Mick, thank you, Michelle. Yes, okay, I'm the same as you. I wish that the day that I got my real estate license, somebody explained to me that these are the 3 steps. Go find some people I can talk to, okay, whether it's online, in person, with people that I know, and with people that I don't know. Go to networking events and talk to people and share with them that I'm in real estate. And then when I'm done, I put them into my system so that I always keep track of where they are and I can follow up effectively. And then once they do raise their hand and have a need, I go set an appointment. I go to the appointment, and hopefully we sign them as clients, and then we go find them a home and close escrow. Okay, if they're selling a home, then of course it's a listing presentation, and then we sign a listing agreement, and then from there you guys will do your magic, right? All right. Okay, great. I'm going to switch over back to my other screen. All right, here we go. Okay, so with the system that I just shared with you on the second part, essentially it looks like this. Okay, this is just a different way. Oops, can you guys see? 1 second. It looks like I'm in the wrong screen here. All right, so once you have a system like I just shared with you on number 2, it looks something like this, right? Some kind of lead comes in. Okay, you put it into a system, a CRM, some kind of automation happens. Okay, and then number 3, you can see, some automation can happen, automated for scheduling, automated for emails. Okay, you talk to them, you convert that lead, and you make money. Okay, and then lastly, on the bottom, you get to track some sort of numbers. Hey, I made 100 calls, this week, and I got, 2 possible clients. So maybe next week, if I call 200 prospects, I might be able to get 4. Okay, so some sort of tracking. Okay, so I want to kind of just give you that visual so you can see that the most important part of this diagram is that you notice if you don't have a CRM, this whole thing doesn't work. All right, give me a 1 in the chat if you can see that. That literally, it's like you have a car with no gas, right? So then your work here that the machine should be doing, you're working like 5-10 times harder. Now, you may not know the difference because nobody ever showed you any difference. So like, oh, that's just the way it is. Okay, but I'm going to share with you that's not the way it is, because when everything is set up properly, organized properly, and you have ways to be able to send 1 email to say 500 people for them to be able to see your listings, or for them to be able to respond to something that you provide, that's very, very powerful. Okay. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, guys. You guys are fantastic. All right, let's keep moving. So you can see with this in mind, okay, with this system in mind, you have some possibility, and those of you with Real will know, okay, you have a possibility to be able to have something like this. Okay, this is a diagram, a plan that I drew out for somebody at Real, a really, really well-known team at Real. They asked me like, hey, I want to do webinars for agents, just like Marvin is doing here. Okay, but we're going to be doing a lot of them, and I want to systematize. I want to automate that. How can I do that? And so I did this diagram here for them, for their CRM, to show them. And I'm just going to quickly walk you through this. Okay, all right. I'm going to just do really, really quick. I'm going to rapid fire here, but I'm going to give you what the point is on all this. All right, is if you see the upper left-hand corner here, this is how leads come in. How did they know about your webinar? Okay, Marvin will relate to this a lot, okay, because he knows, he's been doing this, right? Either he finds agents that are in his Facebook or Instagram, or he sends out an email to his list to share with them like, hey, I'm going to be doing this educational thing. I'm going to bring in a guest. Would you guys like to come? Okay, so when the invitation goes out, people go to a landing page of some sort and they sign up. Okay, and once they sign up, the system captures it and puts it in your CRM. And then automatically the automation will send them a Zoom link. We'll send them a welcome email, say, hey, welcome. This is what we're going to cover. Okay, and this is the Zoom link, and it's going to be at this time on this day. Okay, it'll do all that stuff automatically. Okay, and in addition, excuse me, sorry about that. In addition, the system will organize everything for you by tags, by groups, by segments, put them into an email list. Okay. And then once they do that, it automatically puts these people that signed up for this into a special group so that you can always find this group of people. And once that's done, you can do whatever you want. You can send an email to this group. You can text this group. Okay. Or you can ask them to come join you and connect with you on social media. Okay. All right. So you can see the point of all this is that Marvin didn't have to do anything. All he had to do is send out the invite, and the system did everything else. Okay, it's like you have a personalized organizer that did all this stuff for you. If you guys ever hosted an event before of any kind, or some of you, if you have organized some sort of party for your friends, you know that these are all the things you have to do to communicate and make sure everybody's on the right page and show up at the right place. Okay, so when you have this little automation machine here, okay, then you can do this over and over and over again, and all you have to do is just send an invite, and you know all this other things will happen. Okay, so I wanted to give you an example of when you have this going, that something like this becomes possible, and many other things that you want to do becomes possible. Okay, now here we're talking about agent attraction, but literally I could have replaced that word with client attraction. Okay, then it would all do the same thing. All right, so give me a 1 in the chat if like you guys are tracking with me, that if you guys had something like this of any kind, that it would be helpful. Thank you. Great. Yeah. What stood out to you guys when you guys saw this diagram here? Like, oh my God, it's too complicated. Oh my God, what's going on here? Just put in the chat anything that comes to mind. Like when you first saw this diagram, we're like, oh my God, like it's too techy for me. Breaking the system down. Thank you, Erica. Right. Game changer. Thank you, Jamie. A simple visual step. Exactly. Process breakdown. Thank you, Michael. All right. So let me move on here. Okay. So I'm going to share with you how this can happen. Okay. How we can get this machine here in the middle, and then how down the road we can be able to do this. Because if this was a car, okay, you needed a car to get to where you are on number 3. All right. But number 1, you're going to get in the car, you're going to turn the key on, and you have some gas in it, and you get to the number 3 where something happens from it. Okay. In the example of a car, that you get to go to the place that you wanted to go. Okay. And then here's the details what the car would do. It would fire up, the engine would run, and the wheel would turn, and you can go down to where you want to go. So it's kind of the details what it is. But you're not thinking about that when you're driving a car, right? You're just like, hey, I'm just going to get to where I'm going, and the car is going to do the thing that it's supposed to do, which is what this is. Okay, so all of us, I use the car example a lot because it's something that we use every day that we don't think about too much, right? But if you have ever purchased a car before, this is the experience. Okay, number 1, you try to find some sort of car that you want. Maybe your friend drives one and you've been in it and you really like it, or you saw it on the road, or you saw some commercial or something online like, oh my God, if I had that car, that would be great. That's the car for me. All right. And what do? You go to the dealership and you go to pay for it. Right? You say, hey, this car is great. You have the right color that I want. I test drove it. It's great. How much is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be, $26,000. Awesome. Okay. Why don't you go in the office over here, and we either going to do a financing of some sort, or if you have cash, you just pay for cash, but you do some sort of payment. Okay. And once you pay for it, what did the dealer do? They probably have already washed the car. They drive the car up the driveway. They hand you the keys and say, hey, here's how you adjust the seats. Here's how you turn on the radio. okay? And you get in and you drive away and you're a happy new car owner, right? Okay, hopefully we've all had some sort of experience like that. Whether it's a used car, it's the same thing. They're gonna show you the car, you're gonna test drive it. Maybe it's a used car lot. Okay, so that's the experience. Is that all kind of familiar with everybody? Give me a 1 in the chat if it is. Like, hey, I've done that before in sometime in my life. In fact, I may have gone through that with my son, my kids and all that stuff. Right? It's a simple process. Find the car, pay for the car. Okay. Learn how to drive it a little bit, okay, and then drive away. You can go wherever you want after that, okay? We are all in real estate here, all right? And so I'm going to give you a real estate example, okay? We're agents, and so when people come to us and say they want to buy a home, we help them find a home, number one, okay? And then we help them. We give them instructions and say, hey, here are the different homes. What area do you want? What type of home? How much is your budget? And all that stuff. There's some instructions going on. Okay. Then when escrow is closed and all that stuff done and all the money is exchanged, okay, what do the clients do? They grab all their stuff, they call a moving company, and they move in the house and they live in it. Okay. So find a home, buy the home, and then live in the home. Right? Okay, so we all should be familiar with that, right? You're an agent, okay? Give me an A in the chat if like, hey, this is what I do, exactly. Yeah, Erica. Yeah, this is what we do. We got to make sure we know like the foundational things of what we do, right? Thank you, Drew. All right, so I'm going somewhere with this, okay? I'm going to show you what happens when you try to get a piece of software into your business, okay, along the lines of this, okay? So when you go get a software, let's just say in our case here, a CRM, you find the CRM that you want, okay, number one, and you probably did this alone, right? Nobody helping you. You're like, hey, somebody says, hey, we have Lofty, go get Lofty, that's the CRM, okay? And you buy it, okay? There's some sort of page that says, hey, put your credit card here, and you buy it. It's $40 a month, it's $100 a month, whatever it is, okay? And then third, can you guys put in the chat for me what actually happens after that? Okay, now keep in mind some of these other things. Okay, you buy a car, you pay for the car, you drive away. You look for a house, you pay for the house, and you go live in it. But when you buy a piece of software, find the piece of software, you buy it, what happens? Can you guys put in the chat? What happened to you guys when you guys bought your first CRM, bought other software and things like that? By the way, feel free to unmute. Okay, those of you, and tell me, Marvin, you find a CRM, you buy the CRM. What happened with you?
I didn't know how to use it.
Okay, didn't know how to use it. Okay, awesome. On your own to figure out or find classes. That's right, Michelle. Call setup and attach to my domain. That's right. Okay. 2 to 3 hour call. Okay. You froze. You play with it for a few days and just open it up and hoping magically it makes make me some sort of money. That's right, Drew. All right. So it's a little bit of a hoping that something magical would happen. Okay. When we buy a car, we don't hope. Like I paid $26,000 for it. Like I'm going to drive away. I'm going to go somewhere with it. Right. We expect everything to work. Okay. Same thing. Like you're a real estate agent. If you sold a house to someone, like, can you imagine like, hey, the client say, hey, I don't know how to open the front door. I can't get into my house that I just paid, $500,000, $700,000 for. Like, oh, you got to go watch this video over here. Okay. And then you got to go call tech support in order to get into your house. Right. And God forbid you couldn't get into your house for 5 days. Right. Imik says, I avoided it because I don't know how to set it up and really don't want to set it up. That's right. You don't want to. I don't know anybody that wants to do that. Okay. But we don't have anybody else. Right. So here's what happens. All right. Number one, the setup. I got to set up the profile. What kind of things should I name it? I need my signature for my email. Well, what about bringing my contacts from my phone or from my other CRM? What about logins? I don't want to get hacked. There's sensitive information in there. How do I integrate with all my other software? What about tagging? Was all about? What about property alerts? What does that mean? What about the dialer? How do I call? How do I email? How do I text? How do I do all that stuff? Okay, and then have an AI assistant. Oh my God, how do I set it up so that the AI doesn't say something stupid, make me look bad? Okay, all right. What about, like somebody mentioned before? Oh, I gotta set up my domain. Well, how do I set up my domain? How's it attached to? What is the process? What do I need to do? What about like IDX for your website domain? Like, oh, who do I gotta talk to? My MLS says this. My CRM says that, and then somebody else told me I need to do this, and I go run around. Okay, that's just the setup. By the way, we're only talking about the setup. That's just so that you can, if you did the setup, that's only so that you can drive the car. Okay, this is the equivalent to when you purchase the car, and instead of pulling up to the driveway, they bring up boxes and boxes of all these parts, so like 2,000, 3,000 different parts of the car, and say, here you go. Here's the car that you bought. And you're like, wait a minute. Where are the wheels? Where are the tires? Where am I supposed to sit? Oh, that's right. That's right. You got to go over here and you got to watch this webinar. Oh, you got to go over here and you got to read this tutorial thing. Oh, and then you got to go get this other tool so that you can put it all together. Right? This is the equivalent to that. Okay, just so you guys know. And I've done this hundreds and thousands of times over the 2.5 decades of all the different kinds of software that I've been across. We all have to set it up. And none of them, it was just like wasn't like get in the car and go. Every single one of them have to go through this. We need to set up and configure it to what we needed to do. And assuming I understand everything that it's supposed to do. Okay, that's just one part. That's only part one. If I go to the second part, how do I actually organize it so that I have all my contacts, all my scheduling, and all the emailing and calling and all that stuff, keeping track of everything? How is it supposed to do that? Because the CRM is not necessarily going to organize itself. Okay, especially with something like Lofty, it's so powerful. It has all these things, and you can set it up probably 20 different ways. Okay, and how should we set it up for ourselves? How should we organize it for ourselves? We work with over 100 agents at least over the past 6 months. Okay, on building CRMs and building Lofty for them. Not one person, not one single person, okay, that told me that, hey, I know how to organize it. Not one person. I think I'm a little frozen. Can you guys all see me still?
Yeah, you're frozen. You've been frozen for a while.
Okay, let me reset my camera here.
I see the screen that you shared.
All right, so I'm moving again. Hello?
Yep, all better.
All right, thank you. If I freeze again, just let me know, because I might be in like a weird, like frozen pose. Okay, so that's number 2. How do we organize it? And number 3, okay, for Lofty, for those of you who have Lofty, you may have gone through this. I'm not a website designer. I don't know how to design websites. I don't know how to do all that graphic stuff. Okay, and I don't even know how to set it up, and I don't even know what should be on my website. Okay, so all of these things happen, right? My website domains. What about logos? I don't have a logo. Where should I put the logo? The logo is too small. How do I use it? How does it work? What if I need property search, right? What if I need reviews? Well, I want my reviews to go to my website. How do I do that? Like, on and on and on. And by the way, you can see at the bottom of each of these columns, it says more. Okay, and the reason it says more is like there's probably like another like 300 more things that you might be thinking about, right? Okay, so I'm going to keep going here. I know I'm running a little short on time, so I want to make sure I try to get through this. All right, so this is our do-it-yourself culture around software. Okay, and so when you get your Lofty and you try to do something, all right, and so you say, hey, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, you go to tech support. And then you may be on their chat, you may call them, you may be waiting on the phone, and somebody says, hey, it took me a couple of hours to do something, right? And there's a good reason for that. It's not tech support's fault. Okay, they don't know you, they don't know what you need. They don't know how you want to set it up. They don't know real estate. They've never done a single transaction in their life before. They just want to answer the calls and say, hey, you check this box and check this other box. They don't really know what you're trying to do. Okay. And then conversely, you don't know how to explain it to them because you never worked in their position before. So there's a very big disconnect here when we try to do things ourselves and use tech support. Yes, they absolutely really try to help. That's right, Jamie. Okay. But they can't help with what they don't know. And every single person that comes to them is a different thing. Okay. And at the end of the day, they don't know real estate and you don't know tech. So how is that going to happen in a short amount of time? Mostly it doesn't. Okay, now they may be able to fix a little something, a little checkbox here, a little checkbox there, explain a little something, but they can't take you very far. Okay. All right, so let's keep going here. Here's our solution. Okay, because we noticed that every single agent that we talk to, either they're a single agent, a team, a small team, or a large team, doesn't matter. They all need the same thing. Okay, so we run what's called a specialist model, okay, where we are basically like an agent for you, between you and tech support. And we've done a lot of CRMs. We've done many CRMs for everybody. Okay, we know how money is being made. Okay, and we know how it works. Okay, so this would make sense because if you remember my experience over the past 25 plus years, okay, is that I was in tech and then I've been in real estate. So I can talk to you like a real estate agent and I can talk to them like a tech person. So now we all understand each other. Okay, because a lot of times you might open up your Lofty or your CRM and you say, hey, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. Am I doing something wrong? Or is there an actual bug in the system? You have no idea which one it is. Okay, and you have to do this like research and discovery and then call tech support and they ask you like, 50 questions to try to see, if they can figure out what it is you're trying to do. Okay, but we already know what you're trying to do. Okay, so a lot of us are all of us are real estate agents, and a lot of us, okay, tell our clients, hey, don't try to sell your home by yourself. Get a good agent. Don't try to buy a home without getting an agent because you don't know all the stuff. You don't all the different neighborhoods and homes. You're the specialist, right, for buying and selling a home. But when it comes to tech, for some reason, we're all trying to do it ourselves. We're the FISBOs, right? We're the FISBO for our tech, and we wonder why it doesn't work, right? And then we become frustrated. All right, just as a FISBO would be frustrated, their home didn't sell for 130 days, and when the average time to sell is like 18 days, right? And they try to save money, but instead they lost money. Okay, so we tell our clients that, but we don't actually do that in our own business that involving tech stuff. Okay. So we need to just understand it. And it's totally fine. We can do it yourself. Okay. But just understand like, hey, there's other options. All right. So with this model, we don't reinvent the wheel. Okay. Because we've done it hundreds of times. Okay. And you haven't even done it one time. Most of you. Okay. And then so here's your new experience. You find the CRM that you want to buy. You purchase it. Okay, we take over, we get it set up, we get it organized, we build your website, and we set automations. And when we're done, we give you some instructions, and then you drive away with your new CRM machine. Okay, and then of course, come back for an oil change, right? And if you couldn't turn on the radio or something like that, like you just call us, you say, hey, I couldn't turn on the radio. Oh, you just push this button and that button. Yeah, we get asked that a lot, right? So this is the new experience, not just for CRM, for many other software as well. Okay, but the CRM is the foundation. We got to have a CRM to track everything. And if we had that, okay, we can do more business. We just know that everything goes in the CRM, everything is there. Okay, just like that when you go home, there'll be a couch there, right? There'll be utensils and a stove there for you to cook. There's a bed for you to sleep on. Like you feel at peace. Okay, so when your CRM is organized and everything is set up, you feel at peace. You can just put everything in it, and you know you're fine. I want to take a quick pause here. Hey, Marvin, we're up on the top of the hour. Are we still okay for a little bit here?
You can keep rocking out. If any of you have to leave, I totally understand. The replay will be here. But this is so good. I want you to keep going.
Okay. I'm good as long as you guys are. Okay. All right. So this is a good time to kind of take a really quick pause. Okay. So does that all kind of make sense? Can you give me a 1 in the chat? Like, oh my God, this is the problem that I never thought was the problem. I just thought that I had to just do everything. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, guys. Yeah. We had to just step back and like, wait a minute, I've done this 3 times already. And every time the experience is frustration, something is not right here. Right? Thank you, Tracy. Okay. All right. So I'll keep going here. So you guys understand that you don't have to reinvent the model. Okay. And we have a different reinvent the wheel. We have a different model to be able to do this, and not just for the CRM, for anything else. But we need to start with the CRM because every single agent, we believe, needs a functioning, organized CRM that drives the business for them. Okay, we just want them to be able to drive the business. Okay, and not have to remember everything in their head, not have to remember where they need to show up. Okay, so this is our mission. Okay, for most of you who are at Real, and for those of you who are not at Real, okay, this is maybe beneficial for you to understand. Okay, that at Real Brokerage, we are a tech company first that serves our agents to be able to sell more real estate and do more real estate. Okay, so we're a tech first brokerage. All right. And then we have fantastic technology to be able to track our transaction, to track our revenue share, to track all the transactions we did that we're currently doing, okay, and track all of the numbers around our GCI and all that stuff. This is the tech, right? And for those of you who have been in other brokerages before, you know that you don't get the stuff. It's just kind of like, okay, you can come for training, and then go knock on some doors, go make some calls. Okay, but at Real, we give you tools to be able to do that effectively and show you how to use it. Okay, so that's number 2. But imagine if you had a CRM like Lofty, okay, to be able to help you further your business, be able to track your own stuff, and be able to prospect, get people on appointments, sign as clients, and go close more escrows. Okay, then you have the best of all worlds. You have a brokerage that's extremely supportive, kind of like Marvin is doing here, to be able to support you, to bring you more information, to bring people together, and be able to share with you what he's doing that's working for him. Then we have great technology at our brokerage to be able to do all the compliances, all that stuff that helps us be able to learn more, do more. Okay, but then personally, the Lofty and the CRM is our own responsibility. Right? We don't call you don't call our brokerage to say, hey, I have a problem with my Lofty. Okay, that's your responsibility. Okay, and so we're help with that third part, because if you imagine you have these 3 pieces all taken care of, then you can just do more business. Okay, Michelle says a question. So Rio has a team that sets out CRM for agents. If so, there's a separate cost to do. So great question, Michelle. So Real does not have a dedicated team to support Lofty, because Lofty is not their product. Okay, and so what Real has done though is to be able to partner with Lofty and give a deep discount, a massive deep discount that like you cannot even imagine. So typically Lofty, and Lofty doesn't advertise their cost on their website. You usually have to get on a call, but I'll just tell you right now, okay? If you were not a Real agent and you wanted to get Lofty, okay, which has all the features you would ever need, okay, to be able to do everything that you want to do as an agent, including websites and automations and all that kind of stuff, okay? If you contact them directly and you were not a Real agent, okay, you would have to pay a $500 a month for the product, for the software, $500 a month, generally, give or take, depending on the features you want, okay? But for the most part, it's between $400 to $500 roughly. Then you also have to pay a $500 setup fee to be able to set up for you. So right off the bat, it's $1,000 just to have the software. Okay, but at Real, the benefit is because of the partnership, it's instead of $500 a month and $500 setup fee, it's $40 a month and no setup fee. I don't know what the percentage it works out to be. It's probably like what is that? 1%? $1,000 versus $40. Okay, so you get it for a really cheap price. So that's what Real has been able to do for us, is give us that discount. Okay, instead of $1,000 to start and $500 a month, we get it for $40 only flat. Okay, and it's month to month. You can cancel anytime. There is no contract. Okay, so you get this amazing, amazing machine for a fraction of the cost of what everybody else gets by being at Real. Okay, so that's one of the benefits we get at being at Real Brokerage. So many of you who are already at Real already have Lofty. You know this already. Okay, so that's what we get for it. Now, Michelle, with your question, I do not work for Real. I do not work for Lofty. I do not work for anybody but myself. Okay, to be able to be here today and share with you all the stuff that I learned and be able to offer your service that can take care of all these things for you right off the bat, especially when you first start first purchase your Lofty software. As soon as you purchase it, when we can do all these things and take care of it all for you and customize it for you, and all you have to do is get a little bit of instructions, like the car, get a little bit of instructions, and then you drive away with your CRM and start doing your business at a high level. Okay? So this is our mission. Our mission is that you have a great brokerage that offers great tools and then allow you to have a CRM at a high discount. And then we come in to help you connect all that stuff together and build your website for you for a fee, and then be able to allow you to be able to drive your CRM forever. Okay, you think about a car. Example again, okay? When somebody taught you how to drive, you learn how to drive for the rest of your life. So one of our goals is to show you how to drive the CRM so that you learn that for the rest of your life. And number two, okay, is to set up your car, set up your Lofty, set up your CRM, okay? And just like a car, maybe you use it for the next 5, 10, 15 years. Okay? So it's very much a one-time cost, not a recurring cost that you keep paying money for. When you guys are struggling with your CRM and not have anybody to go to and not set up properly, and some people that I've talked to struggle for 1 year, 3 years, 5 years with their CRMs, okay, they are wasting a ton of time that equates to money that they would have been earning. So we don't want that. Okay, so that's our mission. All right. And you can do all of these, especially those who are already at Real, without having to be techie, without having to feel overwhelmed, without having to feel like you don't have what you need to succeed, and you don't have to feel like you're not supported. Okay? And so wouldn't it be amazing if you could have your Lofty CRM, or really any CRM, ready to drive your money goals on day one, as soon as it's somebody else has set it up for you to be able to drive? Yeah, that's right. Tracy, you said you'll be starting up, so you'll be starting up, you'll be getting your Lofty. Is that what you mean? Feel free to unmute or just put in the chat. Either way is fine. Okay, you want to start your Lofty. All right. So now that you know everything, if you have additional questions, here's the time for you guys to ask questions about what we do. That was a really, really great question that Michelle asked. Okay. Great. Thank you, Gwendolyn. All right. So there are two things we can do here. I'm at the end of my pitch here, or to kind of show you what we do. Either you have Lofty already and you would like for us to get everything set up and build your website and install automations and show you how everything works and organize everything, then number one, you can scan the QR code and you can go to our page to buy it and pay for it, if that's what you would like to do. If you have additional questions, of course, you can grab a call with me and my team, and we'll answer any questions. If you have anything specific that you want to know and how we would customize that for you, I'm happy to do that. But while we're still here, we can just take a few more minutes to just kind of answer any questions. So we're open for any kind of questions right now. So feel free to unmute. And even Marvin, if you have questions or anybody else have questions, I would love to be able to answer them here.
So I had a question. Does the Money Machine also, CRM Money Machine program, does it also help with creation of an IDX, customizing our IDX website that comes with Lofty?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to pull up, I think it would be great if I can pull up maybe a couple of websites that we've built that has all of that stuff and you guys can see. And I'll show you how we build the websites, because it's a very, very big part of what agents want and are concerned with. Okay, so let's see here.
I still see your QR code screen.
Yeah, I'm grabbing the link here.
No worries.
All right, so here we go. Let me share a new screen. All right.
Oh, wow. That's nice, Leo. That's nice.
You guys see the screen all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a site that, and they bought the CRM Money Machine. As part of the CRM Money Machine, we built this site from the ground up for them. Okay, and so she is at Real, and she is in Real Luxury down in the New Jersey area, and we helped her redesign her logo so that it fits her brand. And of course, we consulted a little bit with her, and you can see her colors are white and kind of a white and black in general, and then we have an accent color, which is part of her logo, and then you can see all of her accent colors are all part of it, and you can see all the stuff, how we design so that everything looks like it's supposed to be when you have a designer design your site. Okay, and so what I want to share with you here, the way that we build these websites, okay, are not necessarily for you, but we are trying to answer these few things for your potential prospects that come to your website. Okay, now mind you, people don't need to come to your website. They can go to your social media they can see you, they can see your posts, they can see your videos, they can see what you do in your profile, they can see all that stuff. They don't really need to go to your website. So but when they come to your website, they only really need to see who you are, but also they want to see listings. So here are all the listings of the different areas that she works. So we're going to answer all the questions in your prospects' minds. Okay, so number one thing that they're going to think is, hey, if I go to your website, are you professional? Are you presentable? What kind of homes do you sell? Okay, so this represents the typical home that she sells. So it resonates with people that are coming to the site and like, I have a home like that. I want to sell my home, or I want to buy a home like this. I'm going to reach out to you. Okay, so this is presentation. Okay. And then, of course, right down here, right away, they can search for homes, okay, by city, okay, by price, just like Zillow, okay? And then what they're wondering is, hey, what areas do you work in New Jersey? Because you may not work the areas that I want to move into. So here are all the different areas. So let's say if I were to click on one of these areas, this is what they get, okay? They get a map of the area. They get to see the prices, average prices. There are currently 4 listings, so this is a smaller area, specific neighborhood in the area. Okay, and then you can see that some of the listings here in the area, okay, including rentals. Okay, and then right down here is super, super important. You can see the areas, and then you can see all the different properties that's available. And then you can click here, you can see all the schools and all the ratings of the schools. And if you roll over each school, you'll see the districts. Michelle, absolutely. Okay, we can move KV Core to Lofty and we can get everything set up. and get everything organized for you so that you can just work it. Okay, and build up your website too is what we're seeing here. So you can see, if I roll over, these are the things that your prospect that are relocating in a certain area want to know. They want to know about schools. This is probably one of the top 1 or 2 things that people want to know. Okay, and you can see all these other I guess these are private schools. You can kind of see some of that stuff. Okay, and then you can click and you can see what kind of businesses are in the area. Okay, local services, pets, travel, nightlife, things like that. Okay, for people who want to relocate to the area. Then they have the opportunity to subscribe to more market updates if they want. So they can click here and they can put in their name and email. And then right down here, okay, it gives you information about the area, kind of occupancy, listing details, average bedroom sizes, okay, average lot sizes, average property taxes. You can see the commute score, okay, walking and biking. This is a very, very, high walking, city or neighborhood. And then kind of the temperature in the area. All right. And we keep going here. The demographics. What's the population? What's the household? What's the household look like? And the density, the gender, the education, the age of people that live in the area, the annual income, and employment. So you can see how affluent the area is. Okay. And right down here, you can see people that live here are 32% 200K plus. Right. So this is great for her because she absolutely is targeting luxury, and over 32% making 200,000 and above to be able to afford those homes. Michelle asked that does a system have the capability of sending out holiday greetings at click of a button, or is it more of a manual process? Okay, so Michelle, there's 2 things that system allows you to do. Number 1, it can be an automation on an annual basis, or you can do a manual mass email anytime you want. Okay.
Yeah, Lofty, you have that ability in Lofty. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Emik says, I need this. I could not come close to setting this up. I love this. Yeah. So this is what the website will come with. And those of you are in different areas, we just set it up for your areas. And all that information comes from your MLS, come from the IDX. Okay. So we can put any of the neighborhoods you want in here. Okay. And let me just show you a quick example. So we can't fit everything, in these neighborhood boxes, and it would be too overwhelming anyways. So for this person here in Texas, we put in all these different cities and neighborhoods, and people can just find them and click on them. And if I click on one, you can see it's the same kind of thing for that area. These are all the things that your prospects and your clients, people who want to buy and sell, want to know. Okay? And so we are trying to help our clients. The website is not for us. It's not for us to feel good that it looks good. It's for our prospects. And our prospects want to know what different areas you work and what consists in those areas. So that's number 2. Number 3, we're real estate agents. We need to show them listings. People don't go to their social media to browse for listings. They come to your site to browse their listings. Or if you don't have a site, they go to Zillow. Okay? So if I click on one of these, you can see how a listing looks. It looks like Zillow and maybe even nicer. And you can see all of her accent colors. It's branded for her. And if people came here, they can request a tour right here. They can schedule something right away. And as soon as they scheduled, you'll get a notice that somebody scheduled a showing with you. And then you can follow up and set it up and, schedule the time. They'll schedule the day, but you can follow up, make sure you set the time and stuff like that. And then you can also find out, hey, what are they looking for? You can see all the description, everything are all here. Okay, and again, for this property, it can also show the same kind of information for this property, where the property is located, for the schools and other properties in the area. Okay, and you have opportunity to look at these other stuff as well, other listings, what's sold, what's active, what's under contract right here. This is in escrow. Okay, and then some for a way for people to contact you. Okay, so if I go back to the home page, you can see presentation, listings, neighborhood. Now they want to know, what are you credible? Do you have testimonials that people want to know? Because they're like, hey, I don't want to hire an agent that doesn't have any experience. So we poured all of these testimonials in from you. You can see it all came from your Google My Business. Those of you who have Google My Business or Zillow, the system will automatically import them in as soon as you get a review when we get them all integrated, connected. So you can see for her, here are all her testimonials. And if people wanted to, they can also click more. It takes them to the page for all their testimonials, and here's all her testimonials. Okay, and I'll give you an example. We've done testimonials for an agent right here, reviews. He had a lot of videos testimonials, and we put in all of these videos testimonials for them too. Oh, yeah. Let me.
Leo, I'm not seeing testimonials.
Thank you. Let me show you here. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so we did this site here. Let me just go back here real quick. Here's their front page, and we were able to put this video here on their front page because they had a drone shot for their area in Northern California. Okay, so we don't have to just put in photos. We can put in, you know, really great videos that maybe you guys had paid for. Okay, and then for him, he had all these reviews that had client video testimonials. And so we put all these video testimonials in for them. So if I click on one of these, okay.
Here we go. Drinking dope, turn me to a superhero. Hit that bill, turn me to.
So you can see all these videos that they did.
How old are you guys?
We're 26.
26.
Of giving people the
26, buying
keys.
a home in the Bay Area.
Yes.
I have
And happy smiles.
Great things to
Okay.
say about the
Now he obviously did a lot of work with his videographer and make sure that he could do this for his clients. But you can see you also have all these written testimonials as well. So he was really, really good on his testimonials. Okay, for all of his agents and his team and himself to make sure everybody fills something out and make sure that all their clients are happy. Can you imagine if your prospects and your clients saw all of this, that they know they're in the right place? Right? But we want to showcase that. Many of you have so many reviews, but we don't have a way to showcase it. So he didn't have a way to showcase all of these videos until we built the site for him. Okay? So lastly here, okay, you can see we kind of did the same thing, presentation, communities, and you can see we did his color palette, black and white, all right? All the listings come from the MLS, they're not black and white, so of course these are in color, but everything else is in their color schemes. And here are the reviews, and here's his team of agents, and it allows you a place to be able for them to contact. Okay, and then book a meeting, you know, about us. When he did his about us, he did a really good job because he had a video that he did. So right here, play a video, and he did an introduction. Okay, so I'm just showing you different ways of doing this. You guys don't have to have all these videos and stuff like that, but we just work with whatever you have and present you and make you look great. Okay, because you guys are all great agents, but we want to be able to showcase that. Okay, so I'll pause right there. Is that helpful for you, all of you guys, to ask like what kinds of things we build for you? Give me a like a thumbs up or a yes.
Extremely helpful. Extremely helpful.
I've had agents that come to me and say, hey, we had somebody build the website. Can you just put in the listings and stuff for us? And I said, great, let me look at your website. And basically, they did a great job on the designing. And it was a one-page design about them, and it talks about them and stuff like, but it didn't have all these other things I just showed you. And I said, hey, how much did you pay for that? They say, oh, the designers and everything, they charged me $4,000. I said, okay, that's great. We can build a separate site that has all of the listings and everything, and we can just put a button there. And they say, oh, that's great. So after I built their Lofty website, after I built their system, so they wanted that, and I built that for them. But on top of that, they got the CRM as well. And after I was done, they were like, I was like, hey, so you still have this other site. Do you want me to integrate it? They say, no, we don't need that anymore. Can you just turn it off and make that domain come to our new Lofty site? And I want to show you real quick, if it's okay. And this will be the last one I show you. So we built this site here. Let me share right here. So we built this site for them. And when they first, let me turn this off here. When they first came to us, and they showed me the site they had built, was this one page right here. it had none of these other things in the menu. It was just one page. It talks about them, has their good photos, tells about their experience and who they are, and contact. This was the one page that they spent $4,000 on. Okay, and then I built this for them. This is the home page to start. And again, you can see they are also doing luxury stuff, but they also do right here. You can see residential, agricultural, commercial, and they have a property management. So they do a lot of different things. And so these slideshows shows off the different types of properties that they do. And again, you can see it's presentation, right? And then down here tells a little bit about them, but now they can buy, sell, lease, or contact. Okay. And so we built all of these pages for them. Okay. So if I go to, let's see, agricultural, then it starts showing agricultural land. You can see right here, the system pulls it up. Okay. And if they have a commercial property, here's talks about all their commercial stuff, some of the commercial listings, and then be able to contact. And then if we click lease, it will have all the lease properties. If I click property management, then it allows an opportunity for them to be able to reach out and say, hey, can you manage my property? Okay, and they also have here about property management, and this is all about them. And now they can hire us or search for properties, and here's some properties they can browse. Okay, so after we did all this, they say, hey, can you go ahead and move this one page over to Lofty? And then we're just going to turn the other one off. Okay, so I share with you that because I would hate for other people to have spent money on other things and have bought something and end up not using it and say, hey, this is the site I wanted all along, but they didn't do all that stuff. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful. I want to kind of share you some samples because I know website is a big part of your business. You want a good representation. And now when you have something like this, then you can send any of your prospects, any of your clients to your site that's branded to you for any listings that they may be interested in. Okay, helpful?
Yes, and I had a question, and guys, put a 1 in chat if you've been getting value from Leo's conversation. This is incredible, man. It really, truly is. Leo, I had 2 questions. What is the turnaround time on average from start to finish when a person solicits your company services to build them out a new presence on Lofty?
Yeah, super great question. Thank you for asking that. So generally, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to be able to build from start to be able for you guys to be able to drive the CRM money machine. Okay, we say 3 weeks, but a lot of times we have to put buffer time in there because we have to get all the stuff we need from you, your logins, your domain names, and all the stuff that you want to customize and get. We have a very streamlined onboarding process, which is just a checklist of stuff that we would get from you. Okay, but sometimes people don't have stuff. Sometimes we go back and forth and trying to get stuff or trying to get logins, and sometimes it delays. So my answer to that is we can do it in less than 2 weeks if we get everything we need from you right off the bat. Okay, we only want to get everything from you at one time, and then after that, we're going to build everything out. And once it's built, then we're going to do a final walkthrough. We'll show you everything, including the website, and then you can give us feedback and what other changes need to be made. We'll make all those changes, and then you can start driving. Okay, so really, your part would just be in the beginning for us to get everything we need. Okay, then we're going to update you on the progress of each different parts that we're building. Okay, and then when we're done, we'll do one more call of the final walkthrough, and then we'll make final changes, and you're ready to go. Okay, so we can do it in less time, but we want to give enough buffer time in there to make sure that if there is, a little bit of back and forth, or there's something that, is stuck, not necessarily on you, but maybe something with Lofty or something with, some transition stuff that comes up, then we want to just make sure that you have a good time frame, that you're not like, oh my God, you told me 2 weeks and it's taken, a little bit more, like, well, how come, and stuff like that. We just want to make sure we put that out front. So it's really, a lot of it is up to you. We can do it in short amount of time, or some people are like, hey, I'm going to wait till I get my domain, give me a few days, or things like that. Okay, is that good?
Yes, sir. And then my second question is, does your company offer help with like smart campaigns that are really helpful in driving activity to the website? Is that also included in partnership with you?
Yes, that's absolutely right. So what we want to do is we want to give you the foundation, because when we talk about automations, it could be automations of any kind, right? But you have to start with the foundation. And our foundation is that for all contacts in your database, okay, doesn't matter if they're new or been in there for 3 years or 5 years or whatever it is, that they should still be nurtured. Okay, so we have a system that we put in as part of the automations that we call lifetime nurture. So that way, doesn't matter where they are in their process. If they're a brand new lead or a lead that's been in a long time, they get nurtured forever. And we'll build 4 phases into that automation. Okay, phase 1 is a welcome. Phase 2, it's some sort of a weekly update, like a market update or deal of the week type of thing, if you guys have heard of that.
Yeah.
A buyer sequence of about 20 to 21 days or so, about 10 to 12 emails, and then some sort of a win back after 3 months. Okay, those are the 4 phases. And just so you know, all the scripts that we have, we work with Sharon, our president at Real over the years. So these are not scripts that you can get anywhere. Okay, so you can see like people offer scripts and be able to do scripts. To be honest with you, I have no idea who wrote them. I have no idea what their purpose is. But I know that, you know, within our business foundation with Sharon and how we treat people, how we treat our clients and get them what they need, those are the type of scripts that we have provided for that.
I love that. I love that. And we had some questions in the chat. If you guys want to come off mute here, and if you got to go, I totally understand. I'm getting so much game because I definitely want to take advantage of this, Leo, for sure. Somehow, some way, my website has found its way on Google, and I get leads that find me from, I don't know how. I guess it just started ranking out of nowhere. And I'm like, I really need a more strategic way on how to nurture these, you know, random leads that find their way from Google, from my YouTube channel, all of that. And, you know, for what you charge to do this, I mean, this is half of a commission, and you have a business now that you can literally have automated, and you just literally drive the traffic there, and then the website does the rest. I think that's very, very powerful.
Yeah, and just I want to reiterate this part because it's really important part of you guys making a decision. And it's totally fine if somebody wants to be able to do it themselves, but all the agents that I've talked to, they've just struggled for years trying to get all this stuff done because they've never really, you know, done it before, and they don't know who to ask or who nobody's telling them how it's supposed to be done. And so, but if we just do it right one time, right, you use it for years and years to come. Right, that's the main thing I want to be able to share with you, and we want to just you know, give it to you at a price that's, you know, affordable, but also not something you got to pay over and over.
I love that. We do have a question that says from MX. He says, "Do you build out the drip campaign collateral?"
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we install those 4 phases. Those are the foundations that you need for all of your nurtures.
Okay. Awesome. So, Leo, if you can share your QR code for contact and all that again, and also, you know, let folks know, again, Leo is an agent here at Real, so you can reach out to him on Workplace, and he's going to share his contact information as well. This will be simulcast on the YouTube channel, so if you're watching this from YouTube, I'm going to put a special link from Leo that he's going to put together for those of you that are viewing that want to you know, leverage something like this. I strongly implore you, if you have not considered Real Brokerage, this is just a smattering of what the agents here, because we're very collaborative, we do for each other. We don't depend on the brokerage to do something like this for us, and then they tell us our split's going to be 60-40 because they do something like this. No. You get your 85-15, which is what it should be with your $12,000 cap. But now, because of the good work of Leo, a fellow agent who's in production, and his team, we can now use those savings that we're saving by being at a place like Real because of the economics, that we can now invest on actual things that drive more closings to us. So I think that's incredibly powerful. So please scan this QR code here, guys and girls watching here and on YouTube and Facebook. And Leo, I am extremely grateful, man, that you took the time to share with everyone today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Marvin. And you're doing, you know, great work that I just appreciate so much, because Without you guys, if without Marvin, I would not be able to be in front of you, because how were you gonna kind of find me? A lot of times we try to get stuff out to let people know, and as soon as people know, most of the people want it and want to sign up, and we're really just busy building. we're really very, very busy trying to deliver all this stuff to all the agents that have engaged with us, and so we don't do as much marketing as we probably like. Which my team member here, Nicole, is trying to help me with, so that we can actually, get back to, this goal that we have, right? To have your brokerage supporting you, to have a great apps that the brokerage provides, but then have your internal machine that be able to run. Okay, so that's it for me. I appreciate all you guys staying over. I'm like way over, but I want to make sure that I give you a full solution and full everything, and answer all of your questions. If you guys got that QR code, that'd be great. Feel free to reach out. You can just schedule a call with me if you like, talk about it, and just see if you're not sure about something. We can talk about it, see what is the right fit, and how your business is going, and how this machine is actually going to benefit you. We can kind of connect the dots, specifically for you individually, if you like. I have no issues with that. I just want to make sure you guys know what's available and be able to decide if this is going to be helpful to you. We believe it's absolutely 100% helpful for every single agents and teams that we built this for. So we hope that it will be for you as well.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, Leo. Appreciate you, and appreciate you all being on the call today. You guys go kill it. Tap in with Leo, and let's continue to drive business. Keep moving the needle, y'all. Y'all have a great day.